everybody. My Scribian is here. Another episode that I prepared for all of my followers, MMK Podcast. Those of you who are following this channel for a while, you guys know my podcast is about financial services. I also have a lot of different guests from different walks of life, from different experiences, different industries. And my goal is to bring value education to all my followers because I believe knowledge is power. And also, I believe that knowledge needs to be implemented. Take action about it so your life can change. Today, I have a guest, someone that I recently followed, by coming across his podcast. I like the content that he produces. And I believe collaboration, it's awesome, especially with somebody who has knowledge and knows what they want out of life and also brings values to his followers. So today's my special guest is Arameh Hakopian, who's also a full-time podcaster. So let's get into it and have some great conversation. Arameh, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much, Mais, and thank you for having me.
For sure. Yeah. How you been? How's your day going?
Good, just, woke up, got ready. I'm like, I got this podcast. I've been looking forward to it, so happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you. I know you're busy too. You're doing this full time, and probably a month and a half or two ago, I messaged you on Instagram, and you replied right away. That tells me a lot of things about you. That you're on point, you're punctual. So a lot of people might know you already, but some people maybe this is the first time. Introduce a little bit yourself and why you're doing podcast full time for now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so my name again, it's Arameh Hakopian.
Yeah.
You could find me, Arameh Hakopian, on all platforms,
Nice.
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the platforms.
Cool.
My podcast goes into a lot of things. It's basically what I find interesting. So it's going to be like business, faith, content creation, things like that. So
Which
been
is
running
very
that podcast
important and popular nowadays.
Yeah,
huh?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Nice. I know we were talking and you told me you're doing a full-time podcast for almost a year and a half, and you have almost 1,000 subscribers. That's a lot of work, man. So good, congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, you came USA, you were 3, and then from Tehran. Have you ever went back or no?
Yeah, so it's a great research. So I came to the USA when I was 3, and then when I was 13 years old, my family, we went back to visit for like a month, and then we came back. So I did go back at 13.
13. How was the experience?
It was awesome. Iran there's a lot of natural beauty in that country.
Yeah.
So I had a great time.
Great time. Did you go Armenia from there or no?
No, I didn't go. But when I was 17, I went to Armenia.
Nice.
And then recently, like 3 months ago, I went to Armenia in 2014 and then one more time in 2025. And Armenia's really been improving. So
yeah, nice.
It's awesome.
Would you live there?
Yeah, I've actually really considered it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because you feel like you're connected to the land because it's your people,
No, it's nice.
Yeah.
Now, Arameh, I know you're doing podcast full time, and I'm not doing it full time because I have a full time business. I'm just doing it like a hobby, and I know how much work goes behind it. And those people who are in the industry in podcast, they understand what I mean. Now, how much time and hours you put each week?
Yeah, so it really, varies on how many guests we have that week.
Yeah.
So it could be anything low from just a couple of hours a week to anything from 20 plus hours a week. So depending on the week and the flow of guests we have and all the editing, so it varies week to week.
Nice,
so it will be anything from a couple of hours to 20 plus.
20 plus. And I really want people to follow his podcast for sure. You guys see the information also. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and follow him all across the platforms, especially on Instagram. And if you feel like you can be a good guest to his show, just message him. He's very good at replying back. So, Arameh, what's your purpose or goal with your podcast? What do you want to bring to your followers? What's your goal?
Yeah, I just want to bring value to people. And I think if there's something I find interesting, chances are you might find it interesting too.
Yeah.
So whatever I find interesting and I bring it out to light, I learn from my guests. And instead of just being selfish and just keeping that knowledge to
Nice.
myself, I want to spread it out to as many people that want to hear it. So it's just learning and inspiring others.
Nice. Giving back, it's a good attitude. If you have that giving back attitude, I think it comes back to you 10 times more.
Yeah, and I think you really,
Yeah.
Mice, to your credit, I think you really have that attitude.
Thank
so,
you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, you're young. You're what, about 28 now? And
Yes.
what are some of the good lessons you learned starting your own business, or maybe some of the challenges you went through? And what would you advise to youngsters? Should they get into a business world or no?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend get into that business world.
Yeah.
Do it, but don't just do it out of thin air. Like if you have your full-time job, keep that job. Make sure you have that job and do your business on the side
while it's building.
it's building.
Yeah.
That's one thing I would recommend. And just be prepared to face a lot of rejection. I wake up every day with a no, either verbally or through emails, people saying no. But if you just keep at it, I know it sounds cliche, those no's slowly turn into yeses.
Yes.
Some of my biggest guests that I've had have taken like a year and a half, a year just to get them on. So you just have to be persistent.
Yeah.
But don't just jump out without a parachute. Have your parachute on and have that job while you build your business.
You know, I grew up all my life in sales. I did sales pretty much from age of 18 until now. And when I hear the word no, this is what I learned about no. No means not yet.
Yep.
If you have that follow-up, eventually people buy from you, and if you have like a project, they'll support you. Just stick around. Some people don't never succeed because they don't stick around enough to get to the yes. So,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
Now, I know you're young, and a lot of young people nowadays, they kind of afraid to start their own business. And one thing I find out, I think either people don't have that drive, or maybe they're lazy, or like you said, maybe they're afraid of rejection. Why should somebody consider doing their business in America? Because people come here to have a dream lifestyle, and we all know that probably 80% of people still live paycheck to paycheck. What would you say about that?
What would I say about what exactly?
Like, why should they go into the business world themselves? Why? Because in my channel, we always have a debate. Should you go and have like a college degree and work for somebody, or become an entrepreneur? So why America is the place for entrepreneurs?
Yeah, absolutely. They don't call it the land of opportunity for no reason. Like where I came from, and I'm very grateful for the country, Iran.
Yes.
You don't really have that opportunity as much as you do in America. So if you are in America, that's a win in and of itself. And to really go for it and go into entrepreneurship, you don't want to let your idea or your dream die with you in your grave. You want to at least give yourself a shot. I'm big on not living with regrets. Yeah. So
but why most people don't want to do that? Like, are they afraid?
I think it's fear, and I don't blame them. It's either fear of judgment or fear of rejection.
What others gonna think?
Yeah, and I think you can still have that fear. I still, like, to be transparent with you. Yeah. I still have the fear of judgment.
Not reaching, or
I have the fear of judgment and the fear of failure. I carry that fear with me, but I just do it anyway because I know those feelings are gonna be with me no matter what.
Yeah.
So I choose to just put it in my back pocket and keep going. So I think you're allowed to feel fearful, but when you let it control you, your life will be ruined. So just don't let that emotion control you.
Yeah. That's a good one. Because the reason I'm asking these questions is because I learned one thing. When people come America, they say it's a land of opportunity. But I realized after living here for soon to be 26 years, actually this year became 26 years, I learned very fast at young age. When I was about 18, 20, when I heard it's land of opportunity, I totally believed in it. But I came and find out the part 2 of it, which most people never talk about. If you get into a business, if you become an entrepreneur, not if you work for somebody. When you work for somebody, because I'm in a finance business, what I realize is when you work for somebody, generally all your life you're gonna live paycheck to paycheck. That's why when you said, don't leave your job started on the side until your business becomes like full time, I agree with you. What it takes to have because when you work for somebody, they give you like a task, right? But when you run your business, you gotta have some discipline.
Yeah.
Did you have discipline at the beginning when you started your business, or it took you a while to become and get used to that schedule?
No, I think there was ups and downs when I started, but I feel like I did have that discipline because I genuinely loved doing what I did, and I was
Nice.
genuinely good at doing what I did. If I started like let's say like a coding business, computer coding,
Yes.
I wouldn't be good at it and I wouldn't be disciplined with it. But since podcasting is something I've always loved and I always like hearing people's stories, I was able to stick to it because it's something that I genuinely love doing.
Yeah.
And I know that's a cliche answer, but it's the truth. So I think the love of what I do made me become consistent.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you put your schedule to have a not only busy but productive schedule? What is a couple of tips maybe you can give on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Some things that I've learned from a lot of people that I look up to, Alex Hormozy, I don't know if you've heard.
I heard of him.
He talks about the value of consistency and being persistent.
Yeah.
When I want a guest on my podcast, I'm not going to contact you once. I'm not going to contact you twice. I'm going to contact you so much that I will catch you at the right time.
Yeah.
And if it's a genuine no, I never think that it's no forever. I just think maybe a year down the line, it's going to work out.
So you have some kind of follow-up system.
I have a follow-up system, and I make sure to follow up because the thing is, let's say I don't follow up and I don't get that podcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be my fault, and I don't want to carry that guilt with me.
So
I kind of, I don't know if it's healthy, but I kind of like guilt trip myself.
I mean, you follow up with me probably 3-4 times. Hey, Mice, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
On this day we're still set. Do you want to we go over the question? You might think it's annoying, but it's not. I loved it.
Not? Okay, good.
Because that tells me that you have a responsible personality. And I think running a business or being in a business world, you got to have those skills.
Yeah.
And if you don't, develop, no one going to take you seriously. I think if you didn't follow up with me, I might think, I don't know, maybe he's going to cancel last minute.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean?
Really. Yeah.
So...
No, of course, man. And that was a pleasure to hear that you wanted me on. I really respect your platform.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure I bring my A game the best I can.
Yeah. Couple of other questions. Do you read books?
Right. Not as much as I should. Right now, I'm actually reading the book of Mark right now.
Nice. From Bible.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's what I'm primarily reading as of right now.
Nice. And what time of the day you like to read, and why it's important, the time of the reading?
I usually either read it in the daytime or the evening time.
Nice.
Yeah, or throughout the day.
Yeah.
I pick it up, read a couple of chapters, put it down, pick it up again.
Nice.
And why I read it, I just want to become a little bit more well-versed in Christianity. So that's why I decided to do it. And just try my best.
Yeah. I think we both being Armenian, we always say we're Christian, but just saying it is not enough. We gotta really walk the walk and at least read the word and go church.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's Sunday. What do you think? How many % of people are gonna go church tomorrow? Let's say from Armenians. What's your?
I don't know the percentages, but
I did a study.
What is it?
It's less than 15%.
Less 15.
1.5.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, everyone is on their journey, on their faith. I wouldn't blame any of them. It took me 11 years to come to God, so I'm really no one to say like what they're doing is wrong because it took me such a long time, and I mess up. I mess up all the time as a Christian, but I try to keep
Yeah.
getting better. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. What is some, I don't want to sound negative, but what is some things that you didn't control it, or you were not on top of it, that messed up your business? It made it slow down. Maybe it's laziness. Maybe it's some stuff that you catch yourself. If you don't control it, it's going to mess up your business.
Yeah, the two things is a great question.
Yeah.
Two things that pop up in my head. Fear.
Uh-huh.
Fear, which led to me not doing what I know I needed to be doing.
Yeah.
There's been times throughout the journey that I knew I need to be doing a certain task, editing a video, following up with somebody, that I didn't do it because it kind of it overwhelmed me. So fear is a really big thing that controlled me.
Yeah.
But I'm slowly learning to let go of it. And every day I'm learning something new. So I think fear and not instability. What is it? Inaction.
Yeah.
Inaction. So
what is hard work means to you? Is it you gotta work like 10 hours a day to feel you're working hard, or you're like task driven? If you complete the task, you feel like you've been working hard.
No, great question, Mice. No, so hard work to my definition is not you working 10 hours a day, not you just working a certain number of hours. Is at the end of the day, did I really put my best foot forward? If I did, I could go to sleep okay. If I didn't, then okay, then you didn't work that hard.
Yeah.
And I know life happens. There has been some days where 30% is my 100. And I gave everything I could, and that was good for that day.
Yeah.
So it's really giving forth every single thing you can and not leaving any stone unturned to me.
Yeah. The reason I ask that, Arameh, is because sometimes I do like experiments. I call some business people, and I also call some people who don't have that business mind or their success-driven mind. And I'm like, hey, do you want to do something, or do you want me to do something, right? And what I realized, people who have drive and they have this strong mind, they're like, okay, let's do it today. Why tomorrow? Let's do it today.
Right.
But the people who don't create big stuff in their life and they don't achieve high levels, I learned they always lag it. They're like, Mice, can we do this next week? I have a birthday coming. Can we do it next month? And then I follow up. I just want to see how long they gonna lag, man. What I learned, people who succeed in life are the ones that they're task driven. If they have 5 things today to do, they don't go to sleep until they get it
They
done.
finish it. Yeah.
Have you experienced that in successful people?
Yeah, I've experienced that, because when they don't complete those tasks, they have a layer of anxiety inside of them, which I think is something that I really relate to as well. Is when I don't complete the tasks that I have done, I do feel a layer of anxiousness. And I have seen that a lot in people that I've talked to that are 50 times more successful than I am. So I think it's a universal thing.
Yeah. How do you make decisions? For example, if you have something big decision you want to make in your life, do you do it with your own mind, or you seek for advice first?
I do. So there's at times I do seek for advice.
Yeah.
But I'm very careful about what I choose to hear. Sometimes I seek the advice just to marinate on it a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm thinking, does he or she live my life? Do they want what I want?
Yeah.
If it's a yes, I'll listen a little bit more intently. If it's a no, I just appreciate their opinion. But at the end of the day, I have to make a decision on like a list of priorities.
Yeah.
If this is a priority, this is what I need to do. For example, like I'll give an example. If there is a podcast right now that I have a guest that wants to do it, but they're going to be in Boston, I'll drop everything I'm doing and go to Boston if that podcast will be really worth that time.
Wow.
And I'll put other things aside. So it's on a list of priorities.
Yeah.
And I do try to listen to other people and hear their feedback too, who I think they would provide a good opinion. And not to sound like cliche or anything, but I try to talk to the Lord too. It's a little bit harder for me to understand what God wants me to do. It's hard for me to hear his voice.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to understand God's voice too.
Nice,
So
nice.
I think those couple of things. Yeah.
How's your parents' feedback on your podcast? Have you ever asked them?
Yeah, that's a funny question. Yeah, they like what I'm doing. They think one day it'll get big. Of course, they have their fears, they have their
Yeah.
doubts and everything, but I don't blame them. But they support what I'm doing, and I
Nice.
would be nowhere without my parents. So I give all the credit to them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The reason I asked that is because when I was new in my business, sometimes my parents supported me, sometimes they didn't.
Yeah.
But I learned that if I stick around and make money, because technically when you make money, it shut ups everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even non-supporters start supporting you. So cool, man. I enjoyed this talk. Anything that you want to add, like especially to youngsters, like what they should focus on to make their life meaningful and, reach higher levels? Because I see so much laziness on young people nowadays. Anything would you add to them?
Yeah, I would say your time is limited. We're young now, or you're young now, but you're not going to be young forever. Figure out what it is you want to do and focus on getting to that. If you have no way of getting to that, go talk to someone that does know it and slowly build your way up from there. Know that you don't have forever. You are young, but you don't have forever. So really pursue your goals and make sure the older version of you looking at you right now. I do this all the time in my head too. If you want to, like, just as a tip, I let the older version of me look at myself now. Make sure your older version of you is looking at yourself now and that you're making him or her proud. And I believe in you and I know you could do it.
Sorry. That's a good one, yeah. Sometimes when you're young, you think, excuse me, you think you have all this time, but it's not true.
No, you don't. Not at all.
I'm 40 right now.
Which you don't even look. You look like 34, 33.
Yeah, I mean, I have some gray hairs.
Yeah.
It comes from my dad.
Yeah.
But now I'm 40, and when I look at my back, back of, look back in my life, I realize that time is more valuable now, because you realize that life goes so fast.
Yeah.
Like all my friends, especially even clients or people who know me, when they call me, they already know, Miles, do you have a time this week we can meet? It's 30 minutes, an hour, because they know I'm very, it's very valuable for me how I spend my time.
It's
very true. Like people think they're going to live forever. They're not.
No, yeah.
And there's so much to do in this world. Like I cannot believe, like, some people settle for less. Like they can do so much more. I'm sure starting from me, from you, and a lot of people, probably if we really true analyze how we live, probably we do maybe 30-40% of our potential.
Yeah.
But imagine if we do like 70-80, how would our life change? What do you think?
I think you'll amaze yourself at what you could do. Before I started the podcast, I had a really big lack of purpose. And I thought, like, what's my purpose here for? What is all this about? But when I started the podcast and I, found God, it all fell into place. So
nice.
So definitely, if you really just go into something, and give everything you have for 1 year, watch your life change. Just give yourself 1 year.
1 year.
And watch your life change.
Wow. Not 1 week.
No, not one. No, mine is very right. Not 1 week, not 1 day, not 1 month. Give yourself 1 year and actually really put everything you can into it. Not half, not 75%. Really put everything you can. Yeah.
I can validate that because I train a lot of agents in my business, and I always tell them, your first 1 or 2 year, if you don't quit, this business will pay off.
Yeah.
But sadly, I see a lot of people come 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and they don't get the results yet. I say yet because they will if they stick around, and they just quit.
Do you think it's because of like impatience that they quit, or that's why? Okay.
You know, nothing happens right away. You know, look at this studio, right? I put hours to build this.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. But I had a vision. I said, you know what? I already know if I do this and give myself a year or two and consistently do shows and, you know, have guests and do podcasts, eventually I'll come to a point where it will become autopilot and it keeps growing. And I'm sure your channel, you feel the same way, right? In your channel, do you feel like it's picking up slowly?
Yeah, I feel like as long as I've been consistent and I keep hitting the hammer, it starts picking up.
Nice.
So yeah, I would agree with you. If you're consistent, it'll pick up. Whether it's in the business you're in, podcasting, you're a figure skater, whatever it is, it'll pick up if you keep going.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's your maybe top 3 podcast, you know, that you follow and you look up to as an example?
That's a great question. So I really like, let me see, Joe Rogan, just because he's so...
You started from the top.
Yeah, he's so inquisitive. He's so just understanding of it. He just has a very open mind. He wants to learn.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is great. I really like, what's his name? The Diary of a CEO podcast.
I saw that one.
I really love that. And then the Full Send podcast, which is, I don't know if you've heard of the Full Send podcast.
That one, I'm not sure.
They're kind of like, they're not as like prepared and like, you know, cut and dry, but I think I just enjoy watching it. I think that's just a fun one to watch. I like the Full Send podcast because I think they're very smart business guys. So I'll definitely show you after the show. Send you a podcast. Yeah.
Great. Well, Arameh, I had great and enjoyable talk with you.
Yeah.
Probably 30 minutes passed by. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Whenever you invite me to yours, just know I'll be there. That's one. And any question, just like I ask you, you can ask me any question too. So any last words before we close off that you want to tell in general, especially, you know, to Armenian culture? Like, what should we do to become better overall?
Yeah, absolutely. And before I answer that question, I want to say thank you so much for letting me here and being so hospitable. And I love your podcast.
My pleasure.
And it's amazing. And what I would say to Armenian culture is that we're all Armenians. It doesn't matter if you're from Armenia, from Beirut, from Jordan, from Iran. We're all one people. Let's start acting like it. We're a very small minority. We're about, I think, 11 million.
Yeah, worldwide.
We need to, worldwide, which is a very, very small number.
Yeah.
Let's stick together and let's not cause division because our people are very smart, very capable people. And we've left a lot of great impacts on the world with all the inventions we've had and business people. So we just need to make sure we stick together and not divide and be racist because, you know, Mayas is from Armenia, I'm from Iran. Oh, well, then I can't be Mayas' friend. No, we can't do it that way. We all need to stick together. So
Nice. Well, thank you, Arameh. Thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to do a podcast in your studio next time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And just continue our great conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. All right, guys. So this was very short and simple conversation. And those of you who met Arameh first time, don't forget to subscribe his channel, follow him every platform, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, everybody. Share it in your pages. See you guys next time. My Scribian. Take care.